parts showed up from Country Auto, delivered them to us. Thank you. So we're gonna get this flipped over to where we can stick it on the bed cart. We'll put the doors in the bed and a tailgate on the bed, so that way we can get it moved around to the other side of the shop.
Hillbilly's macho, man. Nice. Minty doors.
Roll the window up, keep the snow out.
All right, so we're getting back to work on the Broncstar, finally. Been waiting on parts, all those parts have shown up. Now we have some things and some other things to do and some cross members to make and some cross members to eliminate. Things and things to do and some stuff. Today, we're gonna box the whole center section, remove the exhaust, transfer case, cross member, rebuild a new cross member, permanently mount another one. We figured out where we want all our connecting arms for the front and rear ends, figured out where we want the cross member. Now we're going to work.
So I'm gonna work on getting the tranny cross member dropped first, so that way it's out of my way, and then I can undo the exhaust, let it fall out, and we'll go from there and see how far I get.
All right, so our little jacky thingy over here is stripped, so we can't use it. So me and Hillbilly are trying to figure out a way to support the transmission, transfer case, all that stuff, without getting anything in the way. Hillbilly's getting the bolts undone for the cross member.
Whose idea was to do this without pressure washing first?
Yours.
Yours.
Wow.
All right, Tuffykins. We have a support. So this is a wee bit sketchy, so I'm gonna use my biggest extension for lots of leverage to make sure this sucker's locked in. This is a friction style jack. That friction jack is locked. Solid. We got our 4x4, we got a bow in it.
Is a bow a good thing?
No, but it's perfect. Let's give it a half a click for good luck.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, let me get this bow.
No, that's good, we're good. Everybody calm down. Just like that, one cross member.
Watch your toes.
Expertly removed. What Hillbilly's gonna do now is he's gonna cut these off. He's gonna build a little thingy.
No, I'm taking the exhaust off now.
Well, that too. So meanwhile, while he's doing all the things he has to do, these have to come off of each side. We're gonna build a little box, weld it in there, remove this on both sides. We don't need that.
We'll make Robbie lift this up while I loosen up take the last bolt out. Since I'm usually the one have to lift, I'll make him.
What are you doing?
Removing the transfer case. Well, it's in the way of boxing in the frame over here. We're gonna box in this whole center section for strength, because that's where all the 4 links are gonna be for the braces. So we're gonna box in to strengthen it up, but we can't really weld too well right in here because of all the transfer cases in the way.
Did you get that tattoo for your dad or for yourself because you're a dad?
Well, I guess it could be for both, but my first intentions was for my dad.
Oh.
But I never thought about that until just now. Robbie! Come here there, please! It's your turn to do the heavy lifting. You're lifting that transfer case out of here.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope, not my vehicle.
You know how many vehicles that were not mine that I lift the transfer cases out of for?
It's because you're stronger than me.
Well, this is a little one, so guess what? You can handle this one.
I'll drop it on the ground for you.
I'll make you a deal. As long as your toes in between to break the fall, so it doesn't break it, I'll be fine with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop Hillbilly's transfer case on the ground since he's forcing me to lift it and I'm not as strong as him. What is that, speaker wire?
That was not me.
Hillbilly used speaker wire.
Not me, because I don't even know what that sensor's for, so.
Oh, so you don't even need the wire.
I don't need none of that.
Oh, hold on.
You're not dropping it. See, little guy, you can handle that one.
I got it. Look at that. Oh, shoot! Ah! All right, so we just had a catastrophic failure. Look at the heart. It is.
It's even red.
It loves you. It's the
like
bleeding heart. Don't worry, I'll clean it up.
You're the one that had a hold of it.
You're the one that had to, like, stick your hands in and try to help.
Because I really thought you was going to drop it because it would be too heavy for you.
See what you get for interfering? All right, so I would like to point out one thing.
I'm smart.
I was pulling that pin out of the sensor, which releases the cable, but Hillbilly insisted on pulling the bolt. I allowed the smarter human to take care of business, and now we have a leak. Look on the bright side. It's out of the way, and now we have plenty of room to box this in. Too bad this isn't the forever tranny. I've got a good idea for a cool mount. See, that'd be perfect. We could build a plate with 2 little ears, tranny cross member.
Or I can call my dad and have him measure from the edge of the bell housing to here, because if it's the same, then we can still build that mount.
But what is that tranny?
It's a 4-speed manual.
Why do you want 4-speed?
Lower gears.
This thing's gonna have 538s.
538s plus lower gears in the transmission. I'll be able to light the tires up, no problem. And not
You'll be
wear
able
out the
to
motor.
You'll be able to rev it up and run, and then the wheel just goes as slow as possible. We'll worry about the tranny mount later. We do have these awesome bushings from Barnes 4-wheel drive we can use to make a transmission mount. So it's just like that. Then we just put put a bolt. Look at that. Literally, it's like it's meant to be. All right, next thing, we're gonna get these off, get that boxed in, and then we can really see where we're at with a new cross member. So we're gonna get to work. All right, so now that I've got those off, Hillbilly's gonna build some plates that we can weld in here real quick. And then we're gonna get the cross member built. We're gonna build a plate with angle iron that goes around this. We'll actually bolt, and then we'll weld the cross member to that. We're gonna weld it with like gussets and all sorts of cool stuff so that it's strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like that. I just gotta clean the frame up and start welding.
Hillbilly's getting this campfire rolling. So he's gonna get that welded in, then we're gonna build a cross member. While Hillbilly's welding that up, I'm gonna start making the mount plates for our cross member. What I've got is I've got some angle iron here that I'm gonna cut in half. I'm gonna drill a bunch of holes, and then I'm gonna cut some stuff out on the plasma table for reinforcement and for some gussets. And then I'll show you guys what it's gonna look like here in a little bit. But we've got a lot of work to do on this. I'm gonna drill 6 or 12 holes, cut it in half. Then I'm gonna make a cardboard template. And what we're gonna do right here is where our 2x6 square tubing cross member is gonna go. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a plate on the outside that comes up the 2x2, and then it wraps around and actually gets fully welded in and kind of holds it all together. It'll look good. I'll put some gussets here on each side. So this will be super strong because we don't want this going anywhere, and this is what's gonna hold our front suspension in on the lowers. So we gotta make sure it's super strong. We're gonna put the 6-inch cross member here. So I'm just center punching where all my holes are gonna get drilled. So I did all 8 of these, center punched them, center punched these, center punched these. I just realized I center punched on the wrong line. So I gotta do this side real quick. Now I've got those in the right spot. Scratch this one off so I don't drill that. We'll do a 1/4-inch pilot hole and we'll run it through. Got this cut in half, so now we can go see where they go.
Personally and honestly, I'd have used the chop saw. It's a lot quicker.
Well, if I would have remembered that we even own a chop saw, totally forgot.
Now what's the plan again? This is gonna get welded.
Vice grip that there. There you go. So that one's gonna go there. This one's gonna go here. All right, so that's gonna go like that. Our 2x6 is gonna go right underneath. We're gonna drill holes there, so we'll get 2 bolts in there, and then across the back, we're gonna have 4 bolts. And what we'll do is we'll put a bolt plate on the inside that has nuts. So when we run that in, it goes right into nuts. All right, so we need a piece, exactly 32 inches, but so it tapers. So it goes from 31.5, 32.25. So what we're gonna have to do is overcut it and
Weld
mark
it and grind it.
We'll just do it to the short side, and then my plate will cap it. So if we go 32, stick out 1/8 of an inch on each side, which is fine. So yeah, cut me a 32-incher.
I can't cut straight.
You have a chop saw. Personally and honestly, I would just use the chop saw.
Here you go. You said you'd use it.
So we got this jigged up in the saw. Hillbilly reminded me that we have a chop saw now. I forgot, but my brother bought one. We're gonna get this thing cut. No, we're not. You don't always have to plug in your tools, but it helps.
It does help.
It does help. Ready? All right, we whipped that. Yeah, we got it. It cut. So one thing we realized is that we have a really crappy blade. When cutting 2x6, like 1/4-inch wall tubing, get a good blade. That is all. So we got this rough measured off of the front mount. They're 4.5 inches both back. Now we're gonna take the cross member and we're gonna line it up on the marks, clamp it up on the marks, weld it on both sides, take it off, and finish it. Before we do that, we gotta drill, or we gotta mark all the holes. Now we can put the cross member there.
Wouldn't it be easier to drill the holes with this in place?
Yeah, but let's get it all
Weld it up
first, and then we will. Okay. We're gonna double check that, and we'll be right back. All right, so we've got this exactly where we need it to be. Really square. Lincoln's super happy with it. So we're gonna tack it and take it out of here so that we can go finish weld it, and then we're gonna fish plate it and all the other fun stuff. Putting a little tack on it, the whole length. So I'm just putting a little pass, and then we'll put a big fat pass on it once we pull it out. All right, so what we've got now is a semi-welded cross member, but as you can hear, Lincoln's not super happy, so we're gonna go home and feed him and play with him and make him a happy little boy. And we'll be back in the morning to finish this up. So it is tomorrow. All right, so it is 1:36 a.m. Me and Hillbilly are headed on an owner requested tow.
Robbie's chippered because he hasn't been asleep yet. I got woke up.
Yeah, I just can't sleep. Hillbilly can sleep just fine and gets woke up. We're headed to a place called 9 Mile. It's by Sterling, Utah. It's a pretty common place for people to hit animals. This one is an elk versus car hit. All I know is it's a Subaru Legacy, and we're gonna go get it picked up, and then we'll head home, get some sleep so we can get back to work on the Bronco Star in the morning. All right, so it is freezing cold. We got the car loaded up. The kid is lucky. He hit an elk, and with elk, they're so tall that it wipes the legs out and takes out the roof and the windshield. So this definitely took the windshield out. Glass everywhere. I had to get in and try to drive it. They probably thought I'd never driven a Standard before, because...
Have you?
Yeah, but not from the headrest of the seat. I was trying to not sit in the glass. Anyway, super cold tonight. We're able to get it loaded up, strapped down, and now we're headed back to the shop. We're gonna go home and get some sleep. It'll look like about 10 seconds to you guys, but we'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
All right, so it is the next day. Me and Hillbilly got called out on that tow you just saw last night. So we're a little tired, got home late.
I'm not bad.
He's a morning person. I'm a not morning person. So Hillbilly came in, he got all the holes drilled, as you can see. So we can get this all bolted up. We've got a little CAD drawing. We're gonna make a little plate that goes over and fish plates, but I'm gonna add a 2-inch piece here that folds under and actually kind of keeps it all together. So I'm gonna go work on the plasma table. Hillbilly's gonna work on the rear cross member. So he's gonna cut it out. So we're gonna put in the cross member right here. I've got it marked. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it up inside the frame. We're gonna weld it in. And once it's welded in, then we're gonna cut this cross member out and get it out of the way, because we don't need it. And it is getting taught a lesson. We're gonna box the entire inside of this frame rails in. So we got a lot of stuff to do. We're gonna do it right now.
I got my mark measured out for the rear cross member. I'm trying to slide it to where I can cut it. I just gotta clean up the sharp edges. I don't know about you guys, but when you're welding on rusty metal, it doesn't weld very well. So I want to take the wire wheel, clean up the metal so we can get a nice good bead.
Is it not supposed to be sideways?
No, it's supposed to be straight. I want to drop this out of my way to be able to swing better. Ooh, that's a tight fit. Got it to move, but there's a little rivet right here that's won't let it move anymore. So I gotta tap it back the other way and grind that rivet away. Okay, so I got that rivet ground away. Now, go back where it was supposed to be. There we go. Now, get it welded in place.
Did you square it up in there?
Yeah.
You measured it?
No. Well, if it's off, it's already welded solid.
I guess I shouldn't expect anything different for the Bronco Star. All right, so I've got this all drawered up. I added 2 inches on the bottom so it can wrap underneath. We can weld it all. Now I'm going to put it in the table and cut it. We'll see if it's the same as my drawing. Now I've got it on the table and we're gonna get this thing burned out. But we need 2 of them. Hillbilly just fouled them. All right, so I've got these cut out. We're gonna put the cross member back in, and then I'm gonna put the bolts through this. I'm gonna weld this plate to it, take it out, and then we're gonna fully weld it. Nice. The first time ever, I did something right.
It's a tight fit.
What the hell did we build?
something that's gonna hold my frame in place.
Doesn't fit anymore. So I want to tighten these two up, and then we'll put the other 4 in. It's gonna be so pretty.
Much better. Don't have to twist them in, they actually slide in.
All right, so I've made a design flaw change. I have no way of tying this in. So I want to put 4 holes. So I'm gonna mark it. We're gonna drill holes on both sides. That's what we're gonna do. Hillbilly's in a trance. It's lunchtime and it's recharge time.
Oh, while you're right there, Robbie. You guys see how square this square is?
16 to 7/8.
Holy not.
16 and 7/8.
Like a square?
Yeah.
I thought that
on.
was 17.
We'll try it under 17.
Yeah, this inner lip is against this rivet on both sides.
You got lucky this time, boy.
Well, you want to drill those while I finish welding this? We've all seen how straight I can do stuff.
Okay.
These holes are diagonaled.
All these holes are on an uphill incline.
I'm not meant to drill. I can't keep it.
All right, so we've got all the brackets and everything for this cross member where we need them. We built an inner plate that we're gonna weld some lock nuts to so that these bolts can go straight in to a lock plate. Once we get back from lunch, we're gonna finish welding it all up, and this cross member will be done. We're gonna move back to this one. I'm gonna build a fish plate that comes along here and goes across the frame, and then we're gonna box the frame in from probably hump to hump. That way, when we put in our upper control arms, we have surface area to mount them to. So we're probably gonna weld in 2x2 inside the frame before we box it, just for some strength. We'll be boxing the entire inside. We've got our work cut out, but we're making progress. I mean, we got 2 cross members in, it's looking good.
Hey, Robbie, by the time we're done, we can run this in a derby and it probably wouldn't even bend.
That is true.
It'll be
Very
rock
true.
solid.
This is looking good. Hillbilly got me a CAD drawing that I'm gonna transfer into the computer. These are gonna be some gusset plates for the lower side of the rear cross member. We're gonna get these put in. I'm gonna pull the front cross member off after I get him something to do so that we can both be working on stuff so we can get a lot more done. It's called being productive. Look at these. CAD drawings are awesome. Look at them all. They just become floaters. That's 2, 2, 5. Cool, got it. Okay, thanks. Now that I have this in the computer, we're gonna get it cut out. We're making 2 of them so that Hillbilly can get back to work and stop cleaning. Look at it, it's like the exact same. All right, now we've got something for Hillbilly to do while I work on the cross member. So I went and got some lock nuts. We're gonna put lock nuts on the inside, and the plate that we built, weld them to it and weld that inside the frame so that when we do the inside boxing, it'll be perfect. And then we can just put the bolts in it. You don't have to use a wrench. Well, we won't be able to access the inside of the frame anyway, so that's why we're doing it. So yeah. I've got all the nuts welded to the plate, and I've got the plate welded to the inside of the frame. So I'm gonna show you guys what we did and why we did it. So up inside here, you can see the plate that I made. Looks really dirty up in there, but we got all 4 welded to the plate welded to the frame, both sides. Now I'm gonna take the bolts out, and I'm gonna drop the cross member out, and I'm gonna go weld the cross member up, not in the vehicle.
Remember, we still have to get a transmission tonight.
That is right. So I'm gonna hurry and drop this out, and then we're gonna run to Spring City to Hillbilly's dad's house, pick up the transmission for this thing. The 4-speed, right?
4-speed manual.
Isn't this a 5-speed manual?
Yep. I don't need highway gears.
I didn't like all the hardcore shifting, so I think this is gonna hold in really, really tight, which is what we want, because this is gonna hold his front suspension in place.
I'm honestly hoping we'll be able to get it back up in place.
Why wouldn't we?
It's a tight fit.
We built it precisely. Where's the hammer? It's a little precisely put into place. Hand me the hammer. We might have to oversize a few things. There's no give in this.
You know what sucks about this whole situation?
It's gotta go back in.
The blues jack that we could use to put it back in don't work.
Look at that though. Oh, what you could do is grind each side, a flat surface.
Grind it.
Yeah, grind some of it off. Okay, we're gonna go put this in the vise. When we get back from Spring City, I can weld this all up. All right, we're gonna let that sit there. We'll run and pick up his transmission and take you guys with us.
We're on the road. Heading to my dad's house to grab the 4-speed manual to put inside the Bronco Star. I don't need a 5-speed because I'm not going to be highway use, so give me a 4-speed.
Yep. Just sitting back here with all Hillbilly's stuff. He's got like everything back here.
For lunch, it was across the whole seat.
It's a spot to sit in now. Look at the mountains. It's snowing. That means it's gonna be fresh snow for the snow kitty.
And fresh snow to go snowmobiling in.
We're gonna go snow machining in Whiskers.
That name's Whiskers.
I don't know. I think it sounds cool. I think Whiskers is a great name for the snow cat.
It's different. I mean, Whiskers is a cat name.
Somebody ruined the 72 short bed Chevy, which is the second best vehicle that's ever been made, aside from the 69 Dodge Charger.
Your dream truck ruined.
The dream truck ruined. So if anybody out there has a 1967 to 1972 Chevy short bed, it can be two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. I would be forever grateful for you to send me an email with information and let me come drive across the country after I buy it from you. Let me know. So that's what we're searching for. We're starting the Charger next, right after Aiden's truck is finished. As soon as the Charger's done, I want to have a 72 Chevy short bed, a 67 to 72 Chevy short bed, two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, I don't care. Ready to be totally redone. Drop a comment, let me know, or send us an email. We'll have the email address in our description. Link below. You literally just hit yourself in the... Well, there's the transmission we came for.
They've got all the essentials back here.
They have everything. You have a bed.
Beds,
You've got a camper shell. You've got pallets. You've got a trailer,
couches, a washer.
appliances, a Nissan,
Hey,
a Chevy, a boat, a
do you
car.
need a stove?
No.
Right there.
What in the heck?
It's from like the 1950s. Everything
Wow.
still works.
No wonder the back seat of your truck's full of trinkets. Well, I guess he's got it. Do you think that tranny's any good?
Oh yeah, just gotta run a little bit of oil through it and drain it out. It's got upside down so nothing can get in it.
Well, it ain't getting put in today, that's for sure.
No.
Now that we've came and seen all the little trinkets in this yard, now that you know that we're in search for a 67 to 72 Chevy short bed, let's get back to the shop.
What about a 52 Ford cab?
A trampoline, a hot tub.
Couch, it's even vintage.
Yep. Same tone.
Yeah.
And this right here is our style of traffic jam. It's about the most you get. Farming equipment and animals.
That's what we be talking about, right there. So we just got back to the shop. I'm gonna get working on the front cross member while Hillbilly's working on the rear cross member, but I wanna remind you guys, don't forget our Christmas Day giveaway with Challenger lifts. We've gotten a lot of comments. I got with Challenger and we made a decision. We told you guys there was 3 things you had to do. Go to RobbyLayton.com, spend $25 or more, head over to Challenger Lifts page and put your information in, and then also like their Challenger Lifts Instagram page. One thing I didn't think about is the fact that not every single person has an Instagram, so we're doing away with that. We're taking that criteria off. You do not have to go over and like it. If you do, thank you. We're super appreciative of it, but the 2 criteria is head over to RobbyLayton.com, get you some merch. If you spend over $25, you're qualified to enter, and head over to Challenger Lifts, put your information in, and you never know, you might be the lucky winner. So whoever wins this lift, you get to choose between a 4-post and a 2-post. All the details are on the website. This is for the US and Canada only because it's a 5,000-pound lift and it's gotta be shipped. Not only is the winner gonna have the lift shipped to their house, they're gonna have a certified installer install the lift in your home. Concrete is not included and neither is the electrical. So make sure you read the details on their website. We're gonna put the link in the description. We're also gonna pin a comment with all the information so that you guys can just click on 2 different links, head over to the website, head over to their website, enter for the giveaway, and hopefully you win the lift. Instagram is out.
I want to be the winner if it's getting installed into my home. I don't think my wife would like that, but I would love that.
Well, head over to RobbyLayton.com, get you some merch, head over to ChallengerLifts.com, put your information in, and you might win a lift for your house. Now
Yep.
get to work.
I just got done grinding up the bottom of the frame where the welds were, so I have a flat surface to mount to, so I'm not trying to deal with all that. So now, these, I'm gonna put them right there and weld them in place.
Is it done?
With those welds, now I gotta reposition it. I'm gonna flip this and do exactly what I just did on the other side, and then we'll work on the ends. I like to have my beads run downhill, it's easier.
Why are you hammering that?
So there's not a great big gap, so I can get a better weld, flush fit.
So I've got most of it welded. As you can see, this side's all done. It's just super, 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 super hot. But I've got it all wrapped, welded nice, plug welded. It's gonna be so fun to put back up in there. I've just gotta finish up this flap. I've got this side all fully welded, other than my flappy fold. So I'm gonna get my foldy flap flapped over, I'm gonna weld it, weld these, and this side will be done as well. Then it's just gotta cool down for a little while. Now, to get that tighter, I will use the vise. So hot. Bet you we're gonna be notching it a little. So definitely before we put a bed on, we need to have all the suspension and drivetrain in, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to in order to find out where the shock towers need to go.
Well, yeah,
It'll be easier.
The bed is just cosmetic. That'll be last. I think that's gonna be pretty dang stout. And then we didn't get as much as we wanted done. We definitely didn't box the inside of the frames. We're gonna get to that. Just not today. We're gonna get this cross member put back in, get it bolted so that we can start working on boxing the frame in next.
We can pull the body off. There's only 4 body mounts holding it on now.
We could.
But we'd be dumb to do it now and not when we first started.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna hurry and load up all our bolts. Hot. You got a hammer? Good.
It slid up a lot easier, but it is hot too, so.
So far, so good. We got 2 out of 4. Dude, they're all fitting. Yes! Okay, so we finally did something right.
I'll have to slightly quarter power the front of the frame to put it back in.
All right, we got that in. We got this in.
Got my tranny back up here that I want. Call it a good day.
I'd say it's a good day. We got a lot done, but we didn't get it all done. It's always tomorrow. As always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.